My name is Albert, and welcome to Unknown Facts. You guys, have you ever looked at something you see every single day, and just thought, wait a minute, what is that even for? It's like your brain suddenly does a double take on reality. We are surrounded by things that are designed to look super helpful, super practical, but when you actually try to use them, useless. Absolutely, completely, hilariously useless. It's like they're playing a long-running practical joke on all of us. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on these everyday imposters. We're going on a journey, a deep dive into the world of things that promised us the world but delivered, well, a tiny unusable pocket. From the bathroom to your closet, even in your car, these items are hiding in plain sight, pretending to be useful. It's going to be funny. It's going to be a little weird, and you might never look at a pair of jeans the same way again. I'm serious. This is one of those things you can't unsee once you know. So get ready to have your mind blown by the sheer pointlessness of it all. We've got 9 items that are masters of deception, and we're going to expose every single one of them. It's going to be a great time. If you love uncovering hidden truths and having a good laugh, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button down below. And don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps the channel out. Let's get into it. Alright, first up on our list of useless wonders, the decorative towel set. You know the ones I'm talking about. You walk into your friend's bathroom, or maybe your aunt's bathroom, and it looks like a showroom from a fancy home decor magazine. There they are, hanging perfectly over the towel rack, maybe with a little embroidered seashell or a monogram. They are pristine, they are folded with military precision, and they look so invitingly fluffy. You think, oh great, I'll just dry my hands. But the moment you reach for one, you feel a presence. It's the homeowner, staring at you with an intensity that says, don't you dare. It's an unspoken rule, a sacred pact that everyone seems to know except you in that moment. Those towels are not for touching, they are not for drying, they are not for human hands, they are purely for show. They are the bathroom's equivalent of a velvet rope at a museum. It's a bizarre phenomenon, isn't it? We buy an item literally called a towel, whose sole purpose in life is to absorb water, and we collectively decide its new purpose is to just sit there and look pretty. It's like buying a brand new car and deciding to just leave it in the garage to admire it, never actually driving it. What do you do then? You end up doing that frantic search for the actual towels. The real working-class towels that are hidden away in a closet or under the sink. You find a slightly worn, less glamorous towel and quickly dry your hands, feeling like you've just uncovered a secret. So here's to the decorative towel set, the ultimate symbol of form over function. They are beautiful, they are elegant, and they are about as useful for drying things as a chocolate teapot. They exist in a state of perpetual, fluffy dryness, a monument to our weird obsession with making our homes look like no one actually lives in them. Okay, let's move from the bathroom to the closet for our next item. This one. This one gets me every time. I'm talking about fake pockets on clothing. Specifically, and I know a lot of you will feel me on this, women's jeans. It's a betrayal of the highest order. You buy a great pair of pants, they look fantastic. You see the little stitch line where a pocket should be. You think, perfect, a place for my phone, my keys, my hopes and dreams. Then, the moment of truth arrives. You go to slide your hand in, to feel that satisfying depth of a functional pocket, and nothing. Your fingers hit a wall of denim. It's sewn shut. It's a lie. It's a pocket mirage in a fashion desert. Why? Why would they do this to us? It's like getting a gift box that's beautifully wrapped, but when you open it, it's just more wrapping paper all the way down. There's no gift, just the illusion of one. Sometimes, you get your hopes up. You think, oh, maybe it's just basted shut. I just need to snip a little thread. You get the tiny scissors, you perform delicate surgery on your brand new blazer or trousers, and you successfully open the pocket. You feel like a genius, a real-life hacker. And then you discover the pocket is half an inch deep. You can't even fit a single key in there, let alone a phone. It can hold maybe a tic-tac. Just one. Who is making these decisions? Is there a secret meeting of fashion designers where they all laugh and say, let's give them the look of pockets, but none of the utility? It will be hilarious. It's a conspiracy, I tell you. A conspiracy against convenience. They want us to carry purses and bags, don't they? They're forcing our hands, quite literally, because we have nowhere to put them. So, we're left with these phantom limbs of the clothing world. These decorative little flaps and stitches that mock us with what could have been. Alright, let's talk about something cozy. Something we wear when we're just lounging around. I'm talking about pajamas. Specifically those classic one-piece union suits, the long johns with the buttoned flap on the back. You know exactly what I mean. The trapdoor, the access hatch, the butt flap. It's iconic. It's been in cartoons and old movies for decades. It seems practical. In theory, its purpose is crystal clear. It's a feature of convenience for those late-night trips to the bathroom when it's cold. Instead of taking the whole pajama suit off, you just unbutton the flap. Simple, right? It's a genius piece of engineering from a bygone era. A time before central heating, when getting undressed was a chilling, high-stakes endeavor. The butt flap was a hero, a savior of warmth. But let's be honest, in the 21st century, has anyone, and I mean anyone, actually used this feature for its intended purpose? I'm going to go out on a limb and say no. The reality of the butt flap is a clumsy, awkward mess. First, you have to blindly fumble behind your back to undo a series of tiny buttons. It's like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube in the dark, behind your back. It's a dexterity challenge you are not prepared for at 3 a.m. And even if you manage to unbutton it, the whole process is just awkward. It doesn't work as smoothly as it does in the cartoons. It's drafty. Things get complicated. It's infinitely easier and faster to just pull the whole thing down for a second. The butt flap has become a purely decorative feature, a nostalgic nod to a problem most of us don't have anymore. It's the appendix of the pajama world. It's there, but nobody knows why, and it serves no real function. Let's check back into the world of things that seem useful. Picture this. You're on vacation, you check into your hotel room, and you head to the bathroom to see what goodies they've left for you. And there they are, lined up in a perfect little row by the sink. The miniature hotel shampoo, conditioner, and body wash bottles. They're so cute, so tiny, so promising. You think, great, I didn't need to pack toiletries. The design is impeccable. The branding is on point. They look like they belong in a dollhouse for very fancy, very clean dolls. The presentation is a 10 out of 10. You pick one up, the little shampoo bottle, and you admire its miniature perfection. It feels exclusive, a little luxury just for you. The excitement is real. You're ready for a refreshing hotel-quality shower experience. Then, you actually get in the shower. You pop the tiny cap, which can sometimes be a challenge in itself with wet hands. You turn the bottle upside down and squeeze. A small, sad little dollop of shampoo comes out. You try again. Another dollop. You start shaking it like you're trying to get the last bit of ketchup out of the bottle. You realize this tiny container holds just enough shampoo for someone with about 3 strands of hair. If you have a full head of hair, forget about it. You need to use the entire bottle of shampoo, and then you have to start negotiating with the conditioner bottle, hoping it will be enough. It's a battle for cleanliness. These bottles are less of a utility and more of a suggestion. They're a welcome gesture that says, here's a tiny taste of what it's like to be clean. For the full experience, please use the products you brought from home. So, we all end up collecting them, don't we? We don't use them at the hotel, but we can't bear to leave them behind. They're too cute. We stuff them in our luggage, bring them home, and they end up in a drawer, a graveyard of tiny unused toiletries from a dozen different vacations, miniature hotel shampoo bottles, masters of presentation, failures in application, and the #1 collectible for accidental hoarders everywhere. All right, let's get digital. Let's talk about something that's in your pocket or your hand right now, your smartphone, a marvel of modern technology. It connects you to the world, it holds your memories, it plays your music. It also holds a bunch of apps that you have never opened, will never open, and cannot get rid of. I'm talking about bloatware, the pre-installed apps. When you get a new phone, it's so exciting. You turn it on, the screen glows, and you see your new, clean home screen. But wait, what's this? A folder full of apps from your carrier? A stock market app you'll never use? A health and fitness app that you know will only serve to remind you that you haven't been to the gym? They're already there, taking up space, judging you silently. You try to delete them. You press and hold the icon, hoping to see that little X appear. But no, the option isn't there. You can't uninstall it. The best you can do is disable it, which feels like telling the app to go stand in the corner. It's still there, lurking in your settings, consuming a tiny bit of your phone's soul, and you can't do anything about it. It's like having a house guest who showed up uninvited and now refuses to leave. These apps are supposed to be useful. They're presented as bonuses, extra features to enhance your phone experience. Look at all these great tools we've given you for free. But for most of us, they're just digital clutter. They clog up our app drawers and make it harder to find the things we actually want to use. They're the digital equivalent of junk mail, but you can't even throw it in the recycling bin. It's a strange feeling of powerlessness over a device that is so personal to us. It's my phone, right? I should be able to decide what's on it. But no, the manufacturer or the carrier has decided that I absolutely need to have immediate access to a proprietary navigation app, even though I, and everyone else on the planet, will just download Google Maps. These unused, undeletable apps are the definition of digital deadweight. Let's get in the car for our next one. You slide into the driver's seat of a brand new 2024 model car. It's got all the bells and whistles, a huge touchscreen, lane assist, heated seats, a panoramic sunroof. It smells like, well, it smells like a new car. And then you look down at the center console and you see it. A tiny flip-open compartment. An ashtray. Wait, what? An ashtray? In a car where smoking is not only discouraged, but often explicitly banned by the rental company or the dealership? It's a relic from another time, like finding a rotary phone jack in a new house. The number of people who smoke has dropped dramatically over the years, and smoking in cars, especially new ones, is even rarer. Yet the ashtray persists. It sits there, pristine and unused. It's never held a single ash. Its life's purpose has been denied. Most people use it for other things, right? It becomes the designated coin holder, or a place to store that little garage door opener, or more likely it becomes a tiny trash can for gum wrappers and receipts. It's a repurposed piece of automotive history. Why is it still there? Is it a legal requirement in some countries? Is it for the 1 person in 1,000 who might still use it? Or is it just easier for car manufacturers to use the same plastic mold they've been using for 20 years than to design a new little cubby? It feels like an automotive fossil, a reminder of the days of smoky car interiors and cracking the window just a little bit. It's a strange design choice in an era of hyper-modern, health-conscious vehicle design. Everything else is sleek and futuristic. And then there's this little throwback to the 1970s. The car ashtray in a non-smoking world is a perfect example of a feature that has lost its function but hasn't been completely phased out. It's just there, a useless but strangely nostalgic little compartment. Okay, this next one might actually be a little controversial. It's something we all see, and we probably don't even think about it. Go to your pantry or your fridge and grab a bottle of water. Look at the label. Somewhere on there, you're going to find an expiration date. It'll say, best by some date a year or two in the future. And you have to ask yourself, how can water expire? I mean, water is water. It's H2O. It's been on this planet for billions of years. The water you're drinking could have been part of a cloud that rained on a dinosaur. It doesn't go bad. It doesn't spoil like milk or get stale like bread. So why in the world does it have an expiration date printed on the bottle? It seems completely and utterly pointless. Well, here's the secret. The expiration date isn't for the water itself. It's for the bottle, the plastic bottle. Over time, the plastic can start to break down and leach tiny microscopic chemicals into the water. It's not likely to be harmful in the short term, but it can change the taste. So, the date is more of a best taste by date for the packaging, not the contents. But even that is a bit of a stretch. The main reason the date is there often comes down to regulations. In some places, laws require all consumable food and drink products to have an expiration date, with no exception for something as elemental as water. It's a case of a one-size-fits-all rule being applied to something it doesn't really fit. The bottling machines are already programmed to print dates, so they just slap one on everything. So, while it looks like one of the most useless pieces of information ever printed, there is a reason, albeit a slightly silly one. The water inside is fine pretty much forever if stored correctly. The date is just there to cover the company legally and to account for the plastic bottle. It's a solution to a problem that doesn't really exist for the consumer, making it seem completely useless at first and only slightly less useless when you know the truth. Let's head to the kitchen for this one. You've just bought a fresh loaf of bread. You open it up, you make a sandwich, and then you're faced with a choice. What do you do with the little plastic clip that was holding the bag shut? You know the one, that little flat piece of plastic with a hole in it. It's called an occlupanid, if you want to get fancy. A bread clip. Its job is simple. Keep the bag closed and the bread fresh, and it does that job perfectly, the first time. But what happens after that? Many of us, myself included, have a little dish or a drawer where we keep these things. We save them. Why? We think, oh, this will be useful later. We have this vague idea that we're going to reuse them for something. Bag of chips, maybe? But do we ever actually reuse them? Rarely. The reality is, it's so much easier to just twist the bread bag and tuck it under the loaf, or use a rubber band, or one of those fancy reusable bag clips you bought specifically for this purpose. Trying to get that little plastic clip back onto the crinkled, soft plastic of a half-empty bread bag is a surprisingly difficult task. It's like trying to put toothpaste back in the tube. They just accumulate. You have a little collection of colorful plastic squares and U-shapes, a testament to your good intentions. You can't bring yourself to throw them away because they feel useful, they have a purpose. But in practice, they are a one-hit wonder. Their moment of glory is when they are first removed from the bag. After that, they are retired to the junk drawer to live out their days in obscurity. So the plastic bread clip is a strange object. It's essential for a brand new loaf, but it becomes almost instantly useless the second it's removed. It's a symbol of our desire to be resourceful and our tendency to collect small, pointless things just in case. They are the definition of looks useful but isn't. A true unsung hero of the Useless Item Hall of Fame. And for our final exhibit in the Museum of Useless Things, we return to the closet. We're looking at a pair of blue jeans, a classic, a staple. And right there, on the front, nestled inside the main right pocket, is another, much smaller pocket. Some call it a coin pocket, a watch pocket, or a ticket pocket. I call it, what is this for? Seriously, what is its purpose in the modern world? It's too small for a phone. It's too small for a wallet. It's too small for your keys, unless you have just one single key. You try to get your fingers in there to retrieve a coin, and you can't. You have to take the jeans off and shake them upside down to get it out. It's a pocket that is actively hostile to being used. Originally, back in the late 1800s when blue jeans were invented, this was a watch pocket. Cowboys and laborers would keep their pocket watches in there for protection. That makes sense. It was a brilliant, useful design for the 19th century. But how many of us are carrying around pocket watches today? I'm guessing not many. The pocket watch has been replaced by the smartphone, which definitely does not fit. So why is it still there? Tradition. It's just part of what makes a pair of jeans look like a pair of jeans. The five-pocket design is iconic. Removing it would be like removing the swoosh from a Nike shoe. It would just look wrong. So manufacturers keep putting it there, even though its original function has been obsolete for about 100 years. It now serves as a tiny denim black hole for things you'll forget you ever had. A guitar pick, a folded-up dollar bill, maybe a Lucky Charm. It's a pocket of lost memories. So the tiny front pocket on jeans is perhaps the ultimate useless item. It had a noble purpose once, but now it hangs on as a purely aesthetic, traditional feature that provides zero practical benefit to the modern wearer. A true fashion fossil. And there you have it. 9 things that look useful but are, when you really think about it, hilariously pointless. From towels you can't use to pockets you can't fit anything in, our world is full of these little design quirks. It's funny how we just accept them as normal until someone points them out, and then you can't stop seeing them everywhere. It makes you wonder what else we're overlooking in our day-to-day lives. What other useful things are just pretending? These items aren't hurting anyone, of course. They're just part of the weird, wonderful tapestry of human design. They are conversation starters, little bits of trivia, and a good reminder that sometimes things exist just for the sake of tradition or looks. And that's okay. It gives the world a little bit of character, don't you think? Still, it's pretty funny to think about a team of designers seriously deciding that a half-inch deep pocket is a good idea. Now I want to hear from you guys. Which of these useless items surprised you the most? Or is there one I missed? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to read what you all think. And if you had fun and learned something new today, please Please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Unknown Facts for more deep dives into the strange and fascinating world around us. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.